Hey guys, it's Target here, bringing you a kind of a new one for you. I mean, it is a club game again, but I'm with a new club now, and I'm liking it a lot. They play a lot more to my style, so I'm excited to bring you this clip here. It's also kind of an interesting game that went ahead as well. There is, I don't know, a few goals scored, we'll put it. And you know what, during this time, I'm not going to talk so much about the game because you've all played it, you know how it works. I'm going to give you some, like what's going on in the hockey world these days. But first, let me introduce the team. They're called the FUP. Don't ask me what the acronym stands for, FUP. I have no idea. We just won the Elite Championship for this month. Very excited. Very, very good team. And these guys are really good. So it's exciting to be with a team that can score so many goals and be a very effective cycling team. Anyway, all going on in the NHL these days. Alfredsson just announced that he will not be back for next season. So that's it. He's 39 years old, ready to retire. What a career Daniel Alfredsson has had. I mean, if you think about what he's done for the Ottawa Senators club, you really couldn't ask much more from him. I mean, he was to the Senators what Matt Sundin was to the Maple Leafs, for their new eras anyway, or Joe Sakic to the Avalanche. It's just those players have such an impact on their teams, and Daniel Alfredsson was the cornerstone for the Sens for the longest time. I mean, the guy is unbelievable. If you take a look at his career stats, I mean, he put up 1,082 points in 1,100 games. That's no small feat. If you're almost putting up a point per game, especially when you play to about 39 years old, you know that you've had a really, really effective career. He scored 103 points back in the 05-06 season, which was a good season for my Oilers. But for the Sens as well, it was a fantastic season. And Alfredsson put up 43 goals and 60 assists that year. He wasn't a big goal scorer. 43 was his most, but he liked to pass. He was a playmaker, and he'll be sadly missed in the NHL. I know I'll miss him because I remember growing up watching Daniel Alfredsson play, and you can see it even when you're young that he was a very effective player. Back to the game here for a little bit. Still no score, but things will change, trust me. We'll get into it here. I'm blue, I'm right wing. And like I said, just a good group of guys to play with. It's been fantastic so far. I mean, you can't judge the game just by points, but if you play the game... Oh, jeez. They're off to a quick start here. So like this video is going to be divided into 3 parts for each period, just so that you guys can watch these a little bit more effectively, and it also doesn't take me as long to upload them, because man, oh man, does it take a while sometimes to upload a full video. It's 20 minutes. So, anyway, there hasn't been too much going on in the NHL world. Alfredsson was obviously the major one yesterday, but, there's a few minor things coming out. The NHL pitched a new revenue sharing for the CBA, the new CBA, if anybody's following that at all. I know that they had one pitch that they made to the Players Union, and they didn't want anything of it. There you go, 2-0. We weren't off to a good start, that's for sure. It's almost over here. Anyway, they made a first pitch, and it had a lot of stuff in it that I could definitely tell the players were not going to enjoy, like 5-year entry-level contracts. Nobody wants to play for 5 years at $925,000. That's max. And they want to have 5-year max contracts. I think that's a good thing. Based on today's NHL, people getting ridiculously long contracts. It's also good for players and teams alike. Players, if they get better, they can make more instead of locking in those contracts. And teams can save money if the player ends up being a dud after 5 years. Anyway, so that pretty much brings us to the end here of this clip. I'd like to thank you guys for watching here. Stay tuned. You're going to get the second period right away. And trust me, things heat